morning and welcome, USA Wager Sports Brief. I'm your host, Rodney Knuppel, for this fine Saturday, October 23rd, 2021. All the sports going on today. They're in all the leagues going on. Major League Baseball has some postseason, NBA, NHL, college football, MLS, all of the action going on today. PGA Tour as well. No NFL today, but of course a big day of NFL tomorrow and then the Monday Night Football game after that. All right, let's start in Major League Baseball, where the Astros wrapped up the ALCS, picked up a win, 5-0 over Boston. Luis Garcia was magnificent. Red Sox just 2 hits in the game. Astros 5, Red Sox nothing. A run early, added a second run, 3 in the 8th, and the Astros came away with a 5-0 win, pounded out 10 hits, and beat Nathan Eovaldi in that one. It is the Astros awaiting the winner of the NLCS. Speaking of NLCS, that is today. That is tonight from Atlanta. The Braves just need 1 out of 2. They need today or tomorrow. Ian Anderson goes to the Braves. It's Walker Buehler for the Dodgers. Dodgers minus 177 with a total of 8 runs in the game. Dodgers look to win tonight and then set up a Game 7 tomorrow in the NLCS. World Series gets started on Tuesday, regardless of if the series ends today or tomorrow. So that is your Major League Baseball update for Friday, the 22nd, and Saturday, the 23rd. Let's move over to college football. Big day of college football today, Saturday. Week 8 already in the college football season. There was a 4-pack of games last night. Middle Tennessee crushed UConn at UConn 44-13. Central Florida beat Memphis. Good bounce back win for the Knights. They won 24-7. Utah State won at home over Colorado State 26-24. And Washington barely edged Arizona 21-16. Looking at ranked games today, starting at 11 o'clock here Central, just under 2 hours away from kickoff time. Cincinnati is a 28.5-point favorite at Navy. Oklahoma, 38.5-point favorite at Kansas with a total of 66.5. Northwestern plus 23.5 at Michigan. These are all 11 o'clock games. Illinois at Penn State. Penn State's minus 24. Wake Forest is a 3-point favorite at Army. Wisconsin, 3.5-point favorite at Purdue, despite Purdue being ranked 25th in the nation now. Oklahoma State is at Iowa State. The 8th-ranked Cowboys are 7-point underdogs at the Cyclones today with a total of 47. Breece Hall goes for Iowa State. He's got 10 touchdowns in 6 games so far. Oregon is at UCLA. The Bruins are minus 1 at home. LSU's at Ole Miss. Ole Miss is minus 7.5. That total is 76.5. Bunch of points expected in Oxford. Clemson is at Pitt. You would think Clemson would be a favorite after all these years, but Pitt is a 3.5-point favorite, total of 47. Tennessee's at Alabama. 4th-ranked Crimson Tide are minus 24.5. San Diego State at Air Force. Air Force is minus 3 with a total of 39. Not very many points. San Diego State 6-0. Air Force is 6-1. UTSA, Texas San Antonio, they're 7-0. They're a 6-point favorite on the road at La Tech. Ohio State, 5th-ranked Buckeyes are minus 21 at Indiana. 59.5 is your total. Big game tonight in South Bend. USC is a 7-point underdog at Notre Dame. 59.5 is your total. South Carolina's at Texas A&M. The Aggies are minus 19.5. And North Carolina State is in Coral Gables to take on Miami. Miami's 2-4 on the season. They're a 3.5-point underdog today with a total of 54.5. And those are your college football games with ranked teams in action. A whole bunch of other games in college football today, but those are your best games of the day. All right, let's move over to the NBA. A big night of NBA last night. The National Basketball Association. Each team's now played. We've got everybody underway. Lakers looked bad again late last night. We talked about the Bucks getting smacked on Thursday. Let's go over yesterday's scores. Hornets are 2-0. Miles Bridges with 30 points. They beat the Cavs 123-112. Knicks are 2-0. They beat the Magic. Magic are 0-2 on the season. Julius Randle 21-10-7. They win in Orlando. Wizards 2-0. Spencer Dinwiddie had 34 points. Beat the Pacers 135-134 in overtime. That came despite 40 points from Pacers big man Miles Turner. Nets came from behind and beat the 76ers outscored Philadelphia 29-18 in the fourth quarter. Kevin Durant with 29 and 15 in the win. Nets and 76ers both 1-1. Raptors beat the Celtics by 32 points. Celtics 0-2 on the season. Bulls now 2-0. They beat the Pelicans 128-112. It was the Lonzo Ball revenge game. He had a triple-double for the Bulls. Zach LaVine with 32. Chicago off to a good start. Thunder at the Rockets. Rockets won by 33 points. Rockets now 1-1. Christian Wood, 31 points, 14 rebounds in the game. Nuggets 102, Spurs 96. Nikola Jokic with 32 points, 16 rebounds, and 7 assists. Suns beat the Lakers. Lakers now 0-2 on the season. Chris Paul, 14 assists in the game. And the Jazz topped the Kings. Jazz 2-0. Rudy Gobert, 17 points, 20 rebounds for the Jazz. Harrison Barnes continues to stay hot. He had 25 points and 15 rebounds. Looking at today's games in the NBA. Nice slate of games today. Nice to see some of these teams playing back-to-back games. Hawks at Cavs, 5 o'clock Central. Atlanta's minus 7.5. Heat at the Pacers. Heat looking to win their second straight. They're minus 4.5 in Indianapolis. Dallas is at Toronto. Dallas is minus 3.5. Luka going at the Raptors. Pistons and Bulls, they just played on opening night. Bulls just barely won that one. They're minus 8.5 tonight at home at the United Center. Pelicans at the Timberwolves. Minnesota's minus 7 at home. Boy, Pelicans not getting a lot of love without Zion. Bucks at Spurs. Bucks minus 7. Giannis looking to bounce back after a bad loss on Thursday night. Suns and Portland tonight. Suns playing their second straight game. Chris Paul should play on back-to-back, but we'll find out. Portland minus 2.5. Total of 231.5. And the Grizzlies are at the Clippers. Clippers minus 4.5. With a total of 225.5. All right, that is your NBA update. Let's move to the National Hockey League. National Hockey League just saw a pair of games last night, four-pack of games, excuse me. Sharks 5, Maple Leafs 3, Bruins 4, Sabres 1. Stars beat the Kings 3-2 in overtime, and Oilers beat the Golden Knights 5-3 in Vegas. Oilers off to a great start. Golden Knights not so much. Rough start for Vegas so far. All right, today's National Hockey League schedule. A big slate of hockey. Starting here in about 2.5 hours with the Rangers and Senators and the Flames and Capitals. Those are both noon Central Time starts today. The Rangers are minus 145. The Capitals are minus 150. Going to this evening, the Ducks are at the Wild. Wild minus 240 in that one. I'll pull those up a little bit more carefully here. Red Wings at the Canadians. Canadians minus 170. They have not won on the season, looking to win their first game. They're 0-5-0. Avalanche at the Lightning should be a good one. Colorado is off to a rough start. They are 1-3. Tampa Bay is 2-2. Colorado's a small favorite on the road today. Sabres at the Devils. Devils minus 200. Sabres off to a 3-1 start. Devils favorites in that one. Panthers 4-0 on the season. They're favorites in Philadelphia. Flyers haven't lost in regulation either. They're 2-0-1. Panthers minus 145. Maple Leafs at the Penguins. Maple Leafs minus 150. They're 2-2-1. Penguins haven't lost in regulation. Carolina's 3-0 on the season. They'll take on Columbus, who's 3-1. Carolina minus 140 in that one. Total of 5.5. Predators at the Jets. Jets minus 130. Kings at the Blues. Blues looking to stay undefeated. Blues minus 170, 5.5 is your total. Islanders at the Coyotes. Coyotes 0-3-1. Not a real good start. Islanders minus 210 in that one. And the Canucks are in Seattle to take on the Kraken. Seattle's minus 145. Not off to a great start. They're 1-3-1 on the season. So that is your NHL update from last night, Friday, and today, Saturday. All right, the Zozo Championships going on in Japan. Hideki Matsuyama leads so far. He's 10 under. He leads Cameron Tringle, who is 9 under. Brendan Steele, next one back at 6 under. NASCAR today in Kansas, the Kansas Lottery 300. MMA today, Bellator 269 and UFC Fight Night. Both those are going on today. And finally, let's get to MLS. Starting at 2:30 Central, Sporting Kansas City is at Seattle. New York Red Bulls at Columbus. Montreal at Toronto in the Canadian Classic. DC United is at New York City FC. Nashville at Philadelphia. Cincinnati at Miami. Salt Lake at Chicago. LAFC at Minnesota. Portland at Colorado. FC Dallas at the LA Galaxy, and Vancouver is at San Jose. And that is it. That's the MLS update. All right, tomorrow we got NFL action starting at noon Central Time. We have 6 games at noon, 3 during the 4 o'clock hour. And then, of course, the Sunday night football game, Colts at 49ers is the Sunday night game. Some NBA tomorrow as well. What a 5 or 6 pack a game, maybe game 7 in the NLCS, 4 NHL games. So busy slate tomorrow. All right, that's the USA Wager Sports Brief. Get on with your Saturday. Hope you have a great Saturday. I'm Rodney Knuppel. So long for just a while. Back tomorrow right here, USA Wager Sports Brief.